Welcome to the Master of Unlocking podcast, where we are here to make your hot honey as hot as it can be.
It really wasn't that hot.
I didn't think it was that hot either.
No.
Fast food challenge last week. Hardee's hot honey chicken
Menu.
yeah, because there was multiple items. You could get the hot honey chicken sandwich, the chicken tenders with the sauce on the side, or you could get the biscuit. Now we all three went something different, right? I went Sando. Jason, you went Bisquite.
Mm-hmm.
And Caleb, you went strips?
I did the waffle thing.
Oh, they did have the
They
waffle
did
thing.
have it, yeah. They have you can order online now for Hardee's.
Oh.
Well, I did see that you could do that later. Yeah. Yeah, not very hot. I did not tell. I couldn't tell that. Again, my chicken sandwich had some very questionably cooked bacon on it.
Oh, okay.
Bummer.
Mine was the chicken itself.
Oh, even that's scary.
Well, I don't know if it was questionably cooked. It's just very low quality chicken, like that tough, gristly, gross, almost rubbery type.
Mine was okay. Chicken wise, it was okay. The bacon was like still pink and very fatty and not so great. So yeah.
Hardee's out here struggling.
Yeah.
Mine was fine because it was breakfast. And so they staff up for breakfast.
They know where the bread's buttered.
That's what you're exactly.
Their biscuits are buttered.
Biscuit is buttered.
Their biscuit, yeah.
Yeah, right. So mine was fine. I will say that I'm beginning to I don't know if I've ever been a fan of the chicken and the biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot. The hot honey helped a little bit, but there's a lot of dry.
Yeah, that's
going
dry
on there, and I get that people like it, but I need a little. I just need something else.
Something.
So I give this 5 and move on with my life. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 4 because the chicken was not that good.
I'm gonna go with a 4 as well because again my bacon was pretty sad and I don't think the hot honey did anything for me either.
Didn't do much for me either.
Yeah. What's up next? Oh geez.
I'm looking right now and I'm not seeing much.
I should have done some better homework for this.
The one thing that I did see that I really wanted to do was the Culver's Curder Burger.
Yeah, which didn't actually exist.
But they did it for one day.
And it wasn't. I called and they said they didn't
here?
even have it. And they said we don't even know where people are doing it.
Wait, so this is a patty with curds?
No,
Okay.
it is a
Giant
patty
curd.
of a curd. It is a curd patty.
Oh,
Yeah, because I was like, I'm not getting up and driving over there, and they're not going to have this thing because
right.
somebody sent us a link to it, and I got on all their social media sites, and none of them were talking about it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, if this was a thing, they'd be doing it. So,
no, that's not a thing. I'm coming up with very little here.
I did have the chili, sweet chili lime Dorito Buffalo Wild Wing sauce. It's sweet. There's no spice to it really. Just
Good for you.
yeah, just to say that I had it. That's all. I don't want the solar ad. Chew boom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there are a bunch of new sandwiches at Subway.
I also see something at KFC. Oh, this is in France. That actually looks good. It's like their chicken sandwich, but they put it on
Logan,
Texas
I am on
toast.
page 6 of this site, and there is nothing in America.
Okay. Is there?
So,
You guys want to try one of the new Subway sandwiches? I'm struggling here, but
we
I
could
see
do
ads
that.
for those all the time.
They are advertising those like crazy.
they have a bunch of new ones.
Let's just
So
get a new Subway
your-
sandwich.
Pick
Let's
your
see.
poison.
This is my biannual. When I say biannual, every 2-year trip to Subway.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't go very often.
I have a Subway gift card upstairs that
There you go.
I won in a work thing. So
Nice.
yeah, $10.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever.
This is going to get you a foot long.
You gotta
And a
make
cookie.
You got to make sure that you
Nice.
spend all $10. You're not going back.
Oh, I'm not going
Just
back.
Spend the extra $2.46.
So yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get the cookie, a drink. Like
Yeah.
I'll spend $11.75, and I'll
Just keep adding cookies until
Yeah.
until it's over 10.
Have you guys seen the Tom Brady black and white Subway commercial?
yes.
Are they still airing that? Or is it off the
I've
air?
seen it. I don't know if I can't remember the last time I've seen it.
I have
Be-
not seen that.
It's good.
There's a loaf of bread that comes out of a container and it looks like the tip of a penis. And I only saw it maybe twice, and I'm pretty sure someone realized like it looks like Brady looking at a penis. It's on the internet somewhere. You look at it later, but it's like there's a moment where it's like and it's Tom Brady looking at this very phallic thing, and
Yeah.
you're not sure it's a loaf of bread.
Yeah,
You're not
they make
sure.
it look like a cologne commercial to start off with,
Yeah,
is what it looks
that
like.
premise is
Okay.
funny.
Yeah.
but then it's like, whoa, penis.
I like the other one that he's in, where it's, I don't remember who it even is, talking, and they're like, look at all the new sandwiches we have. We have so many, we don't even have time to show you this guy. And it's just Tom Brady. He's like, wait, but I'm Tom Brady. And then it just cuts.
That
Yeah,
was-
like,
that was
I'm
funny
Tom
too.
Brady.
That was
Yeah,
funny,
like,
but I'm Tom Brady. It's like, you don't even eat.
you don't even eat bread.
That's what they
Tom?
say in the cologne commercial, though, too.
Oh, really?
You don't even eat bread. Like, they whisper
Oh, they
it.
heard
like,
that
they-
part.
Yeah, they acknowledge it.
You don't even
Okay.
eat bread, Tom. Okay.
So something new from Subway.
One of
All
those
right,
either
whatever you
shows.
feel like that doesn't look like the cold cut trio.
It's the choose your own adventure. I kind of like this idea.
Okay.
Good.
All right, good. And get a cookie because you deserve it.
They're good.
If
I
you
like-
wanna- if
Subway's
you go on a
cookies are
Thursday,
good.
it's a free cookie. Remember
No
that.
kidding. I get a free cookie, but then I could like load up again. Oh, I'm just gonna go on a Thursday and load up on cookies.
There you go.
I love their cookies. All right, I love their cookies, but I also love video games.
What video game do you love the most?
Well, this week,
That you're playing right now.
oh,
God. We almost went into news, I feel like, didn't we?
we
there for a
we just
second?
traveled
Sorry.
straight into news. I finished Deathloop. Did anyone else finish
finished it?
Deathloop?
I have also finished
I have not
Deathloop.
finished it.
Oh no,
That's fine. You guys go ahead. It's okay.
I'd ask where you are, but you can kind of go so many directions with how you go with your visionary.
Give me an
like-
hour count estimate.
Oh God, I was way too high. I know I screwed around too much, but probably
I like mainlined it. So like 9.
I would say I was
10
probably
maybe.
13.
Tell me about mainlining
So if you go into the visionary quests,
and just the visionary
yeah.
quests.
So like they each have a line that goes over, and each visionary has a line.
Mhm.
Once you're done with all of those, once you have a check mark at the end of each of those, it opens up the last day, and then you just do the last
Didn't
day.
Hmm.
just do the last day.
So
Okay.
yeah. If you look at all of your four options for the day,
Mm-hmm.
there's visionary leads and there's arsenal leads. Ignore every arsenal lead. You're never
I
going to
think,
need it.
yeah, I did spend some time doing Arsenal stuff. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll just do visionary so I can
Just do the visionary
see the
leads.
end.
You'll spend a lot of time in Updom. Figure out a really good path to take in Updom.
Or
Okay.
conversely,
Uh,
get the I don't remember where I got it, but the personal trinket where you get health back from doing a melee kill.
never found it.
Yeah.
I went through that
just-
game and
Just
never
get
found
that and then just stab everybody.
Yeah, that's
just
pretty
go
good.
loud and stab everybody because you
But
get the health
it.
back.
I played it more and never got the trinket. As weird as that sounds.
And a lot of that stuff, as my understanding, is random, correct?
I
Mhm.
don't know.
Like, you
Yeah,
can't scout out
the-
unless there's a particular visionary. But if you kill all the visionaries, then you
The visionaries will always give you the same slab.
Mm-hmm.
They always have the same slab and they always have the same weapon,
but different
Except
trinkets?
Juliana.
but
she can
different
have-
trinkets. Yeah,
yeah,
Juliana can have anything.
Okay.
So maybe you
Maybe it
get
was
luck.
from that.
Maybe you got a Juliana one that you got it with, but I never came across it. It just never popped up for me. I kept looking for it after you told me about it, and I was like,
I
Yeah,
like
you can
hearing
just-
that hour count, though. That means manageable. That sounds good.
If you have that, you can literally just like you can have 30 guys running at you and you just stab them all.
And you're just
And you're just invincible.
That's crazy.
I lost some time due to some deaths because
I may
there's
Google that.
there's when you Alexis's area, if you don't know the right path to go, which
Alexis's area.
the
Which one was Alexis?
the guy with the fox mask,
Oh, okay.
if you don't know how to get into the mansion, you're gonna die. And it took me a while to figure it out, but I finally figured it out. Don't go in the front door. That's about the best way I could tell you,
Okay.
because that you're
Yeah,
not-
that's
door.
not going to work.
I thought I could like.
It's not the only place it doesn't work in that game.
Yeah, you're always going to want to look for the back door.
Yeah, that's right.
It's good advice.
It's
Cause
always good advice.
that's been the Master of Unlocking podcast. Good night.
Mhm. Like, you got your title for
Yeah.
for today's show.
The title.
So yeah, I'll let you finish that before we discuss any further,
I might
because
be able to finish that before we
you
get back
do-
together.
you do have an option at the end.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I'll just say I was pretty underwhelmed by the ending.
Narratively or
narratively,
narratively?
yeah.
I've heard that.
yeah.
Okay.
Like I wonder if I did the other one, if I'd be better.
I know how they both go. I didn't
Okay.
see them both, but I know how the other one goes.
I also had this issue of I beat it Friday night, and my wife was gone for most of the night, and then she came down right as I was finishing the game and decided to just talk to me, and I was like, "Would you just stop and go away so I can listen to the conversation that's happening here?" It was not a fun time. It's just like she comes home after having a few drinks with the neighbors, and just I just hit pause and I just sat there and stared at her for a few minutes.
Good move.
Mm-hmm.
Good move.
Mm-hmm. Anywho, so that might have spoiled my feelings on it as well, but yeah, it definitely it hits its highs before the end.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I've never played anything like that.
No.
It's completely unique.
Mhm.
It's going through the individual stories. I thought was really really cool.
Mhm.
I liked that game a lot.
I did too.
I don't want to sound too down on it.
No, I'm not down on it I at all, but yeah, it's just like I say, the highs of that game are not the end. That's what I
Yeah.
would say. But
And like I see why people can get really deep into it too, because every loop could be something different, and you can go somewhere different because there's only 4 areas, right?
they start you at a different location
Right.
depending on the time of day.
So there's really 16.
Mm-hmm.
And they all have unique stuff. They usually all have a visionary you can go after,
Mm-hmm.
or something you can go
And
after.
it almost seems like you at least have to go to one of those areas at one given any time of day just to at least learn something.
Yeah.
So you're always at least getting to experience one area one time, like one area at whatever time of day one time.
Yeah.
Because there were definitely areas of like, I forgot the name of one of the areas.
There's a lot of stuff I never even interacted with at all. Like I didn't get all of the slabs. I wasn't even close. I had like the only one I ever used was the teleport one, the warp one. What's that called?
Shift.
That's
I use
really
shift
the only
and
one I
used
used.
Aether all the time.
Okay.
Aether's the invisibility one. Because I played that game almost
I
entirely in
have that
stealth.
one, actually.
So that's probably the other reason why my hour count was so high, is because I played that entire game in stealth.
Yeah.
And so trying to not get seen.
What's the name of that trinket? The knife trinket.
I don't know.
It'll
The
tell you.
Hades get back life, Deathloop get back life, the sheer
Yes.
trinket.
It's I mean, it's got descriptions on everything.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's just a matter of coming across it. And I assume it was probably purple.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
I would imagine. Maybe not. But.
I never came across a gold trinket. I got gold guns, but I never found a gold trinket.
Yeah.
So,
I think so. One of the things you can do is if you kill a visionary in that loop, then everything gets harder.
The loop stress, right?
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that might be a way to get that high level loot.
Yeah, I never even. When I killed a visionary, I got the hell out,
Yeah.
and I went out
no
the way I
kidding.
came in, because I was like, it was usually more clear, not always, but usually. I'm trying to remember the area that had the oh gosh, I'm trying to think of what it was called, but it was like there was a like you either went straight to go to like the concert hall kind of area. There was like a club that you like went in, and then
I haven't been in that one.
or if you went right, you went to like the pump station. That was the area. Like that one always had like whenever I'd come back, there was always people waiting at the door.
Oh.
It didn't matter what time of day or whenever else. As whenever I'd come back, there was always 3 people there waiting for me when I come back, even though I killed them all to start with.
You could probably just run past them.
Most of the time I did. Oh, here's a random question. What was your code to get in your door?
I have no idea. I never used it. I just pressed autofill.
There's an autofill button?
Yeah.
That look how much time that added.
How did you miss that? It's like, I think it was just triangle. You just hold down triangle and
No
it
kidding.
fills it in.
I was just 0361.
I think mine started with a 5 though. It was.
That's why I wondered if it was different.
Yeah.
All
Pretty
of
much
them
all
are
the
different.
codes are different.
Yeah, like there's like you couldn't look up a code. There's a certain section in the game too where it's random every time you do
have
it.
to find 4 things, and I was really struggling to find the last one, and I looked it up online, and it's like it could be one of these 8. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah. Well, there's that one, and then there's the music code
Music code.
in Alexis's area. You had to point him out in the party.
I never did that.
Really?
Oh no, I went down to the basement and disabled the chocolate beer because that's the one he liked, and then he came down to like.
See, I never did that. I did the I had to match up his music to something so that he would start dancing at the party and like call himself out.
See, that's cool that there
That
are
we had
multiple
different
ways,
experiences, even
It
though
is
we
like
did.
Hitman in that way,
Right.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
But
interesting.
do you think you'll go back and see some of that stuff, or you
I don't
move
think
on?
so. I think
Yeah.
I'm moving
You
on
good?
from it.
Yeah.
I really liked playing it, but I don't have the itch to go and see
Not the way that
everything.
Hitman
Right.
made you. I'm doing all of this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it's
But that was the point of Hitman.
it's-
This is
probably harder than Hitman, or at least more stressful than
I
Hitman.
feel like that is very much the case.
you're just
Well, Hitman allows you to save state everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that takes like that part of me, especially as I
Not having time.
game now. Yeah,
Mhm.
like that's what I love about Hitman is that you give me the opportunity to really hone in and execute on a specific thing, and you
Mhm.
let me have the ability to screw it up a couple of times. Like you can't do that in Deathloop.
Yeah.
You can't do, and it's not the hardest game, but things can go sideways on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's without a difficulty thing and without the ability. I mean, yeah, you can end up 20 minutes deep in a run and just
It is pretty forgiving with you get the 3 lives or whatever.
yeah, and the
on
fact
the
that
last one, I was always just like, well, okay, can I do this or do I just need to go escape?
Yeah, do I need to get out
there
of
was
here?
a couple times where toward the end it was like, all right, I died twice or whatever. I'm not going to get out of this. I just jumped off a cliff because it was like I don't have anything worth keeping or anything
Yeah.
else because it was like I was down to my last visionary quest or whatever, and it was like
The biggest. So there's 2 kind of negatives that I would say about it. One is that towards the end, you have to do literally the same thing 4 times in a loop. You know what I'm talking about with the generators?
oh,
You have to do that 4 times, and it was super annoying. Or maybe there was a different way to do it. I don't know.
I did not have to do it 4 times
Because you had to. For me, I had to go turn on the generators, flip the switch for the one area, do the stuff in that area. But then, since you diverted the power to that area, the other one didn't have it, so then you had to reloop.
You do know there
Go
was
back.
multiple generators that you could turn on so that you had plenty of power to turn on all the generators.
There was
right?
only 2 generators. Were there more?
There's 6 generators.
Oh, okay.
There's
Yeah.
also an autofill.
So we've all did this everything
Yeah,
completely
yeah.
different. That's so weird that we all did this so different. Like the rooms are like, because there's the main room right below where you did. So it was like where you flip the switches on. Like you went right downstairs,
Mm-hmm.
and there's 2 generators there.
Yep.
There's another room off to the left down there,
Oh, I
and
didn't
another
go
room
explore down
straight
there.
ahead. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff down there.
Okay, so that one's kind of on me. But the other, I would say the biggest thing for me is that I never felt like I got to know the visionaries.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do a very good job of introducing them.
No, they definitely could have done a better job of like making them out to be like the big bads or
Right.
something.
Like, you know, there
And-
are a couple of different ways you can do it. Like in Hitman, for instance, you have the whole like briefing session beforehand, and they
Mhm.
could have like done that and like this in this area you're gonna find this person.
They
blah,
did
blah,
the like
blah.
stylistic movies at the end once you cross them
Yeah.
off, but they should have done them at the beginning
Right.
or done. I mean, really both.
Or my preferred way for them to do it would be
Mhm.
like how Resident Evil did it, where you had a cutscene with them interacting with each other, and it was like, here are all of their personalities and how they interact. And then later on, as you meet them, there's always some kind of like fake wall in front of them. But
Oh,
you do
yeah, yeah.
meet them for the first time
Yeah,
face to face.
there's
you know?
there is something there of this like the villain talks to you while you're both in a safe
Right.
space kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not a wall; it might always be a bulletproof glass or
Because
whatever.
that makes them feel like they're actually living,
yeah, like-
and gives them a personality.
Yeah, like
and-
I know Wenji had multiples, but then like Fia and like there was like, oh, they go and have their little lovers affair
Yeah.
like in the afternoon. It's like, okay, but yeah, I don't know anything really about him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do. I'm with you there on that. That I wish there was more story.
But the more that we're talking about it, the more I'm realizing how cool it is that there are so many different ways to approach every situation. So that's cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I really thought we had very similar. I thought it was more of just a like when you did it, not how you did it.
Yeah.
It sounds like we've got like this very completely different way. It's not like, oh yeah, you went loud or went quiet. It's no, this was a completely different pathway. Huh.
All right. Excited to hear what Jason says when he.
Yeah, I'm glad that
Mhm.
it's not some crazy ask, and I think I'll probably just do the visionary tracks. Some of the Arsenal stuff it was like intriguing enough that I was gonna do it, but I also didn't know if it would make my life easier, and I was kind of that's where I was.
The shift thing was kind of fun because you could replace you could replace yourself with the where the bad guy was.
Oh,
That was one of the upgrades with that. But
That's
some of the
cool.
other ones were just like, oh yeah, like the Carnesis one was just like slam them harder.
There's a lot of different ones though. Like you can pick whichever. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm into it enough to do that stuff.
Right.
I mean, I do like it, but I think I want to focus on what it's really good at and not what it's just okay at, and move on with my life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it. All right. Anybody play anything else?
I will give you the world's shortest review of Far Cry 6.
Okay.
You ready?
I am ready for this.
It's Far Cry.
Oh, so you cross stuff off maps. You go
right
and
out
you,
of town.
Mhm.
It is Far Cry ass Far Cry. So if you like those games, you will like this.
Okay, so this game's not for me.
No.
All right. Cool.
Do you think I like it? You think I like
Yeah,
it?
how
Okay?
much did you like 5?
5 was number 10 on my top
Okay.
10.
Then yes, you'll like this. But just know it's not going to probably make your list this year.
It probably won't this
Um,
year. I'm thinking about playing that game like early next year.
Yeah.
That could
That's
be like a Christmas
perfect.
break game.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's that's where
If-
I'm at, because I would like to see Giancarlo Esposito's performance in that game. That's the one thing that's got me like,
Yeah.
Mm.
I kind of want to see this for myself.
If
don't-
if we get
yeah.
together for just some long binge individual gaming sessions again, that would be a perfect game for it.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause you
but-
probably don't need to do a whole lot of paying attention. Just
Right.
go and do your thing and
Cross stuff
cross
the
stuff
map.
off your list.
yeah.
I played Life is Strange: True Colors.
Okay.
I played the first chapter. That is all I'm going to play.
continue. Oh, really? Okay.
Okay.
So quick synopsis of what this game is. So it is you're a girl who just got out of I don't know if I would call
Prison.
it kind of like it sounds like it's more of a facility
Juvie.
like not juvie but like a little more of like a mental health institution even kind of. They never really got into like exactly what it was, but you're an adult now at least. Like you're probably I think 23 is what it sounds like. You go to a small town in Colorado where your brother lives, but your brother is a few years older than you and you haven't seen him since this point in time, but you were also a foster kid. So like you don't have parents, you end up with your brother, like your brother's kind of got this life right now, but it's
Is
like
it strange?
it's it's strange. But at the same time, like what is the deal with Don't Nod? And they have their main character is like away at something for a while and then they come back. Like they've been every time they've been away
Yeah.
for like 5 or 6 years and then they return. They did that with one with the one last year that they did. I can't remember what that one was called now. The ones with the twins. You guys didn't play that one.
Oh, yeah. I forgot what
I forgot what it was called, but I played it. I actually like that one. And then now this one, but her special ability is that because they all have weird like special abilities. That's the whole point of Life is Strange, is that she can, if someone has like really strong feelings, for whatever reason, those strong feelings come to her, and she gets the same feelings and can't control them.
Okay.
So that's
So
like
like Star Trek.
so if somebody's really mad, like she will get like really, really mad and like ultra violent. and which for ultra-violent is like hitting people, not like cutting people's heads off Mortal Kombat style, which
So this is not a Jason game.
not a Jason game. But if somebody was really sad or really scared or really happy, like she can't help but like do whatever those are.
But in terms of structure, it plays like Life is Strange. Like you're walking around talking to people.
Yeah, and it's almost a little worse because it's, when I say that's worse, is there's less interactivity. It seems like this is much more of just a, hey, you're going to sit back and you're either going to press X or B on the choices. And from...
Do you want waffles or pancakes?
Yeah. And so...
Both,
right. And so they've updated the engine, so it looks better. The game doesn't look like trash anymore, which is always a good thing.
I may just look at it real quick.
Yeah, I'll throw it on here. And it looks better. There's a frame rate versus performance mode too, and I believe the performance quality mode the frame rate was like in the teens easily.
Graphical powerhouse, Life is Strange.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing is if they're going for that narrative-based game and not giving you much of a game here, the narrative struggled. It was very boring, very slow. And even the like twist that came at the end of chapter 1, I just rolled my eyes. I was like, with the first Life is Strange, or like the last couple, like I was, at least with the end of the chapters, it was always like, oh, this is cool, like this is going to take us somewhere, and usually then it didn't. But it was never good as what the tease was going to be. But this was just like, oh, come on, like this is dumb, like I don't make me play this anymore. Like, so I don't know, I'll show you guys later because I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but yeah, it was...
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend this one. I would have recommended last year's. This one, not so much.
I played the tutorial for Back
for Blood. Yeah.
Yes. Played the tutorial for that. Seems cool. I haven't played a ton of it yet, though.
Yeah, I would like to,
that.
yeah, I would like to sit down and maybe play that here. Maybe we can all do that sometime.
And then I played probably about maybe an hour of The Good Life.
Oh yeah,
which is Sweary's new game.
Mm-hmm.
It's about this
Platform,
woman.
real quick,
all
sorry.
of them.
Okay.
It's on Game Pass.
It's on Game.
Yeah,
Oh, it is
it's
on
also
Game Pass.
Game Pass. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's this woman who's a New York City reporter, big city reporter, and she is in debt for, I think it's something ridiculous, like $30 million or something like that. So the company she works for, go ahead, Jason.
Maybe we'll talk about Squid Game. Maybe we won't. But Squid Game.
Oh, we're gonna talk Squid Game. Yeah.
There you go.
So this is a little bit easier to digest than that. So she's sent to this little small town in England because there's some mystery behind the town she's supposed to unravel. So she's taking pictures of stuff and sending them back to HQ and getting paid in increments of $5 and $10.
That's amazing.
That's funny.
Fantastic. Yeah. How is the are you gonna try this? Maybe.
I looked at some of the stuff and I was like, this is weird.
It's super weird. Oh, I didn't even get to the weird part. So on your first day there, there's a girl in a wheelchair and she comes up to you and she's like, "Here, I'll show you around town. Whatever. Here's the house that we got for you. You just get a house. Like here, you just have this house. But don't come out at night." So of course, like as the player and also the character, we were both like, well, we're gonna go see what's going on at night, obviously. So we go outside, and all of the people in the town turn into either a cat or a dog.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna download it.
Well, why not? I mean,
sure. What are you gonna lose, right?
What are you gonna lose? Yeah. Exactly.
Is it hitting the? Is it in that sweet spot for you? Is it doing the sweary thing for you?
I haven't gotten deep enough in yet to tell.
So you don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't know yet.
Just curious if you, but you will continue.
Yeah.
Okay. I've gotten into the last couple sweary games, so this could be for me. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
I
don't know if you'll like it or not. It's a little clunky in the running around part.
Oh no!
So
the whole playing the game part.
Yeah.
Because these last two games were the Missing and D4, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think. There might be something else in there, but yeah.
Man, D4.
D4 was wild. I need closure with D4.
I know, right? We're never going to get it because it's owned by
Microsoft, right?
I think it's owned by Microsoft, right? And he can't. I don't know. There's some weird licensing thing that he came out and he's like, I can't. I literally can't. I don't hold the rights to this.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything game wise?
I think so instead of playing Deathloop for some reason, I'm going to ask you this. Is it a particular genre with you that you go to as video game comfort food, or is it a particular franchise? Genre first or franchise?
Genre, but I'll take whatever's in it. And
Yeah.
it's just that big open world checklist
And
game.
that's the thing you
Yeah.
like. So I really had a tough week, and I needed to get on the bus with the Phantom Thieves. That's how I spent my
there you
time.
go.
What gaming time I spent.
There you go.
I needed that's what I did, and I'm in the last jail in that game.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, Last Jail is almost comically short. So
Is it?
you-
All right then. So I'm probably right there.
Yeah, you were
like
going
you
to need to
said.
finish it here. So
Yeah, that's all I did. That's
I
it.
think that like the closing cutscenes are probably longer than the jail
Oh really?
itself.
Oh, I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Good. That was it.
all right. I do have a question before we move on to TV. Since I'm at a narrative game halt right now, I don't have anything. So I'm going to pose 2 games to you guys as a question of what I should play next. Those 2 games are Psychonauts 2 or Death's Door. What should I go with?
Go with Psychonauts 2. And here's the reason why. It's
Okay.
a weird reason. Because that's the one I think you're going to have the least chance of liking. So you're going to bounce off of that, and then you just go to Death's Door.
Okay.
But if you just go to Death's Door, then I feel like you'll never check out Psychonauts 2. So that's my
Interesting reasoning.
logic.
Okay.
I can't argue with that.
Okay, that's fair.
Because if you do bounce off of it, I feel like, and you feel like he'll like Death's Door. But if there's a chance you like Psychonauts 2, that would honestly make me feel better about how we've represented that game holistically here. Because I just can't do it, but I know that you love it. So if you wind up liking it, then that's probably a good thing for the 3 of us all together. And if for some reason you don't, then I know he likes Death's Door, and I really like it.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. That answers that question.
And plus, Psychonauts is on Game Pass.
So you really have nothing to lose.
Oh
by
yeah, it's
doing
already
that one
it's
first.
literally downloaded already.
Yeah, just try
So,
it.
but
see what
before you
think.
spend money, do the free one.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, maybe Death's Door will go on sale for $15
Yeah, there
bucks
you
or
go.
something
Yeah.
in between. I've been watching out for that anyway. So, okay. All right. Well, let's move on to TV then. We're going to play a game, the Squid Game.
Oh, no, we're not.
We can't play Squid Game?
No.
Or wait, if we take a vote and the majority of us decide to
No.
stop playing.
No. Stop playing.
But what about all that cash up there, Caleb?
It's literally going into a pig.
And it's going.
You know, 1 in 3 shot. No, still no. Still a no. Nope.
All right. Have you finished Squid Game?
I've only watched the first. I've watched the first 3 episodes.
Oh.
I'm not very far.
Then you're in for a treat.
What is the last game that they've played?
I think they just got back actually.
Yeah. And
Oh, okay.
by the end of episode 3, I think they just went back.
So they've only played red light, green light.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. And then the second episode is them back out in the real world. So
Yeah.
Did you guys watch subbed or dubbed?
I watched dubbed.
I definitely watched dubbed because I
Yeah.
was like halfway paying
can't.
attention.
Yeah. I
'Cause-
tried subbed and I fell asleep.
It's not.
I can't do it.
I will say the red light, green light part in particular, it's a lot creepier in the subtitled version. Like a lot
I
creepier.
believe that. Yeah.
Oh,
I
I'm
believe
sure.
That. Yeah. Well. Yeah, it's the same thing with Lupin. Like the voice acting is rough in that. It's also rough in Squid Game, but I
could be
don't
worse.
enjoy either of those shows enough to give them that.
Yeah.
Like because there's
I need to be able to read the text that just came in on my phone without pausing the show.
that kind of stuff. Or if I'm watching a game and
Yeah.
watching the show or whatever,
It never took me out of it. I guess watching the
Yeah.
dub version. I never
Yeah.
felt like I was really like I'm missing something here. Like it was.
This is a very popular show, but it's not of that pedigree.
Yeah.
And
So
Oh no,
that's
this is
actually-
pure entertainment.
Logan and I had this conversation off air,
Mm.
but it's so I think there's kind of two different kinds of TV shows that we might all really like, and that being ones that are really entertaining, and then ones that are really well done. I think the rare show that is both of those things goes to the top of our lists. But I think in this case, I really like the show, but it's squarely in the entertaining corner. This is not a very
Absolutely.
high quality show.
Yeah, this is not a top tier show.
Yeah.
By
it's a really good way to describe it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
yeah, there's
Which is
there's,
why the world loves it.
mhm.
Yep.
You know, but
There's
Most
that Venn
watched show on
diagram.
Netflix ever
Yeah.
by a lot, actually. Well,
Mhm.
if you believe their numbers, because they don't actually.
Yeah, I
release
don't
it.
feel like their numbers are like they're like, yeah, it's our most watched show ever. Like
They
you're
also
telling me
count
like
a viewer as someone that watched 2 minutes of a show,
Right.
and they count them as a viewer.
like
so.
you're telling me more people watch that than Stranger Things. I highly, highly doubt that.
maybe worldwide.
Worldwide,
I
I
don't
can
know.
imagine.
Maybe it's more accessible to the global audience than
Oh.
Stranger Things is.
Could be.
I don't know.
I guess I don't know Netflix's
Yeah, there's a
true
lot of
global
like
reach.
80s, 90s nostalgia in Stranger Things that I think would just be missed out if you were
If you
not
were
from the US,
America,
yeah.
yeah. I guess that makes sense too. The Maria Taylor is taller than both Drew Brees and Tony Dungy.
Drew Brees is a
He's not
short
very
dude.
He's not very tall. Sorry, that completely just threw me off for a loop there. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, well, curious to see what you think as Squid Game goes on. I would say there is a top tier episode that is
Uh-huh.
that has the Venn diagram of entertaining and really good TV.
Okay.
I think that's episode 6.
6, I think.
6,
I think it's
yeah.
6.
Yeah, that episode's whew, it's real good. And then after that it's just all entertainment.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really just and the endings we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Speaking of another entertaining show, Heels.
Yeah.
Heels had its season finale it was last week. That show was real good.
I would also put that though in the
Squarely in that
squarely in the
entertainment category.
Yeah, it's not.
There are the performances in that show. The actors aren't that great.
No.
I mean,
They're fine.
they're fine. They're not
Stars?
stars. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were asking for like the
what are the stars? Stephen Amell. So yeah, like nobody like big names or anything by any means. But yeah, that show. It's because it's professional wrestling. And it's
Yeah.
like bad professional wrestling, but then what if you threw all the drama around it and made it like real? And that's actually entertaining.
Yeah.
Like that's some good stuff. And they wrote some really good stuff in there.
The ending of the season made me smile.
Yeah.
So
Like it was
it's one of the rare examples where like the
Mhm.
person you want to see succeeds.
Right.
So,
yeah. And it always is kind of the question of who's really the bad guy here.
right.
Better show, Glow or Heels?
Glow.
Glow was better because Glow, I think, reached that 2-tier
Yeah.
thing. I think Glow was an overall good, well-written show, well-acted show, and entertainment, but entertaining. But yeah, Heels is still really good though. I would recommend you do watch it at some point if you get a chance. I think you would like the show. My wife watched it with me, loved it. She was also in just like this, I can't believe I'm watching this, and I can't believe how much I like this. Like, I think that was what threw her off, was like, this is actually really good. And I was like, I know. So yeah. I think solid show there all around.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I watched.
I finished Reservation Dogs. Yeah, you were good on stopping that.
It's fine.
It's
just not.
It wasn't anything that great. Like there was a couple of good episodes, but then there was a couple of real duds. Like they just didn't hit at all. So yeah, it's like I'd leave it at that. The Ted Lasso. Did you finish that, Jason? Okay. Then I won't even talk about it.
I watched the Beard episode yesterday.
And
I liked it.
really,
I
Mhm.
hated that episode.
Yeah, I
thought
really
it was the
liked it.
worst episode Ted Lasso I've ever seen.
I didn't particularly like that episode.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Okay. That show really changes after that episode.
Yeah.
It changes completely. It goes from a 27-minute show episode to 52-minute dramas. No joke.
Yeah.
I was wondering. It seems like they're getting longer.
Yeah.
So they just casually get longer.
They just casually went, and then like
That's
right after
interesting.
that episode is where it went straight to full 50-some minute episodes.
That's good to know. I appreciate the brief there.
Because you're gonna strap in for 25 minutes and like
Yeah,
you're here for double that.
that's interesting.
I won't spoil anything. I'll just say, after last week, after the second to last episode, I was pretty down on the show. I think the finale, I kind of came back around on it.
They did enough to, I think,
I think it's they
recap
were
it.
veering in one direction that I didn't want them to go into, and I think they kind of wrapped back around to where I want them to be. So without spoiling anything, that's as specific. as I'll get,
you and I can
but-
talk
Yeah.
trivia about it, but I think they did recap it. The way I kind of did was like, all right, now I've seen
now
it.
I understand why you had to do that.
Yeah, I get it now. But after episode 11, I was in the same boat. I was like, not so much. I have a show for you, at least one of them to watch for you, Caleb.
Okay.
There's a show on Disney Plus now called Just Beyond.
Just Beyond. Okay.
It is R.L. Stein, the Goosebumps guy, is doing like short 25-minute, like, remember Are You Afraid of the Dark on Nickelodeon? Same type of thing as that, but they're doing them for Disney Plus, and so they're short little like fantasy, like scary for tween kids style shows. The second episode, the dad is Tim Heidecker.
Oh, okay.
So just watch that.
Nice.
Um,
Speaking of Tim Heidecker,
oh no.
On Cinema at the Cinema started back up again.
Oh, there you go.
And they are exclusive to they made their own
Their channel,
streaming
right? Or
platform.
their streaming platform. Yeah.
And they just introduced a cryptocurrency.
Of course they did.
Streaming service, and for all members, you get 50,000 high points that will be available in your account to use for whatever you would like. They don't do anything.
But there's nothing with them, right? Yeah.
So there was a thread on Reddit, and it was like, if you respond between midnight and 6 a.m., we'll put more high points in your account. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm doing this. So I replied, and then they responded and said, we have updated your account. You have more points. I'm like, hell yeah, let me go look. They put 5 points.
So you're 50,005.
50,005 points.
It's like that awful achievement you unlock, that gives you like
one.
this odd looking score. Yeah.
But then on the show, the great part is, like, on the show, they Tim keeps talking about how high points are predicted to replace U.S. currency by the year 2022.
I love it. That's great. Oh,
I love
jeez.
that show.
That is.
Every time he comes up, I'm like, I remember, like, I'm not a huge fan of this guy, and like it's the Tyler Perry thing in Gone Girl, and him and Us. It's like, oh my God, you can legitimately act.
Yeah.
Wow.
You actually can.
Yeah, so now every time you talk about him, I'm like, well, I did really love him in Us, so I do have a little bit of respect for him. We don't talk about Beef House. We just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
Yeah,
is
I
on
think
my-
that was all I had.
You season 3 dropped.
Yeah.
I saw that. I didn't know that show was still on. I saw it came back.
It's ridiculous. It's even more ridiculous.
Is
I mean,
it
season
still
2 was
crazy?
already like
Yeah,
at a
okay.
level of like camp that was just.
It's,
so this
and
goes
now
even
there's
higher
a
than-
baby.
Oh god.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't know if I want that. No.
It is absolutely ridiculous.
Is
And
it
I'm
still-
only 2 episodes in. but
Okay, because I think I'm gonna watch it.
There's already been a murder.
Mhm.
Like, it's
Of
Well,
course
I mean,
there
better
has
be
been.
if it's you.
That's what that show's supposed to be. Obnoxious.
yeah.
I am on season 3, episode 5 of The Crown. So if that tells you where I'm at,
Yeah. Okay.
So, I've moved on to I'm at my
The next
my
cast.
next cast.
Season 4 is really good.
So yeah, so just
Did you see the episode with the natural disaster involving the elementary school?
was it actually a natural disaster?
I guess. Sorry, to man's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Yeah,
you see that? That's
the
my
mining
favorite. That's my
issue.
favorite episode.
Yeah, we watched that one. I saw that.
That
the other
one's
day.
tough. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
It's good for the fact that it just shows how useless she really is.
That's
And
exactly
then
it.
like it was just kind of like, yep.
But they
like,
all feel that way.
Yeah, like
When the time comes for you to go and actually do your job and comfort these people, you can't even do that. None of you can do that. You're so disconnected
yeah.
that you're literally incapable of helping these people.
Was that
And them all coming to terms with that is it's fire.
'Cause
It's
wasn't
so
that-
good.
I'm trying to remember if was that the episode, and then the next episode is that where they tried to do the documentary
Yeah.
about them, and it just turned out to be shit,
Horrible.
and everybody
Yep.
hated him for it.
Yep.
But then they ended up finding the mother-in-law, who was just a whacked out, like she thinks she's a nun, but she's not really a
So
nun.
they found it entertaining. The way that Margaret has helped them in that
Yeah.
way with public relations. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're peripherally watching that show, at least as you can see its polish from a distance.
yeah.
Are you still watching that show?
Yeah, I'm still in season 1, but I think I
You're
watched one
actively
episode
watching them.
since last.
Yeah,
time.
when I get
There, it's
yeah.
like it's you cannot binge that show. I don't think. At least I can't. Because they're too much like watching individual movies. They don't really flow one into the next.
No, they don't.
So it's
It's
like,
a timeline, but
yeah,
it's
when
not
you're,
like
when you're
a
sitting down to watch an episode of The Crown. You need to invest yourself to watch an episode of The Crown. You can't
I
just
agree with that.
like, yeah, I'm gonna watch 4 episodes of The Crown tonight. Like, it just doesn't work that way.
somehow we've like watched almost 2 a night. Like I don't know how we've.
Yeah, I
done
don't know. I don't know how you devote the mental headspace to that.
I don't know. I just do. I guess I don't know. I feel like because it was like I would play a little Deathloop and then go up and be like, oh, what are we doing on this episode? All right, cool. All right, well, here's. It's basically where I've been.
I love that theme. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite intros
It is, yeah. It's a
ever.
good, yeah. Because that'll be what happened. Was I'll finish up that episode, then we'll start a new one, watch that one, and then. So I usually I'm going through like about a full episode and a half a night or so. Depends. Yeah.
You'll
but
be
like-
there in no time.
Yeah, I probably will be.
Lady
caught
Di
up.
will be there in no time.
I know. I just saw something today. About like somebody showed a picture of the her riding coach and Prince Harry at the same age.
Oh, really?
It's same dude.
Oh, that's wild. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, anywho, I think.
Only other thing that I've watched is Sci-Fi's Chucky.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Is that is a series or a movie?
It's a series.
Okay. Why?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's not. I'm gonna give it one more episode, I think. But
How many
it's
episodes have you
probably
watched?
Just one.
Just one. Okay.
You rarely surprise me these days. I've gotten to know you pretty well, and that one, that one got me.
You
I'm
didn't
a
know,
little
like, I don't know.
surprised at Chucky. I'm a little.
I like
surprised.
that movie. Well, I've only seen the first one, but
God, I don't even know if I've even watched the first one.
Man, Caleb, that surprised me. I'm
I
actually
don't know what I
thrilled.
was expecting.
I
Like,
don't know.
it's just, I mean, it's a sci-fi show, so you got to keep your expectations in check, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Yeah. I
good
guess.
for you.
Gosh. I don't think I watched.
I
anything
finished.
else.
I'm caught up on Ozark. The new season will be out in 2022. I'll take that bullet for us.
okay.
Okay.
That shows.
Okay.
It is just.
Still going.
Do we need to? Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe that should be our Ozark line.
Maybe
Like shows could be over or under. Like Chucky is
Yeah.
under the Ozark line.
Yes, clearly.
But
Mhm.
The Crown is absolutely.
Oh yeah,
above the
way
Ozark
way
line.
the hell above
Is
that.
so.
yeah.
Here's a question then. So is like Law and Order SVU. Is this over or under the Ozark line?
Oh, that's under just because of the amount of them and the bad ones.
Okay.
That's-
Is there a network television show in the last 10 years that is above the Ozark line?
I mean, Ozark is still better at a lot of things that network TV is so bad at.
Okay.
So some people I think that there are intersects of my taste where I
Mhm.
find Blacklist fans.
No.
People seem to
sure.
like that show, so maybe Blacklist is that show. I think maybe Ozark had Lost or close to, like good Lost.
What are the other
Good Lost, but not bad Lost.
like
So
I've never seen it, but How to Get Away with Murder is another one people talk really highly of.
one of those that we probably don't
Yeah.
watch. But even at that, Ozark is still. It's still going to be better than most of that stuff. It's
Okay.
still really well acted. Like the actors are incredible in that show. It's actually just
Mhm.
the situations they're in are just stupid.
Mm.
Like not even Walter White has escaped this much peril on an episode by episode basis. Like it's dumb. Not even Kevin Costner in Yellowstone has like
So Yellowstone is above the Ozark line.
yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean Ozark's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, but it also does know what it is and is speaking to a particular audience. It's like, hey, all you have is a Netflix account, and this show's badass. And like for that person, it's probably
So
probably
would
pretty
most
good.
AMC shows would be above the Ozark line?
The really good ones, like even early like the first 5 seasons of Walking Dead are probably better.
The Killing.
The Killing is better. The Killing is
Yeah.
definitely better.
But FX.
Yeah, I would say the FX stuff is stronger than Ozark,
Okay.
and that includes both comedy, dramedy, drama, whatever FX.
Because
does,
they're all over the place with their stuff. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I would say
Mhm.
maybe Ozark is better than recent
Yeah,
true crime story stuff or American
Yeah.
crime story stuff. Sorry,
Yeah, FX has kind of fallen off. I shouldn't give them as much credit as 10 years ago.
it's certainly
FX.
not The Americans.
No.
Like it's not that, and it's
No.
not Rescue Me.
Mhm. Is it better
so-
than Nip Tuck?
No, well, yes, yeah, because Nip Tuck was way too long. Like that show went on too long.
Oh, that show went on too long.
It
yes.
was crazy.
Oh yeah,
So-
the first couple seasons maybe, but yeah, then after that it went off the.
And then
went
I
off
just
scalpel.
accidentally clicked Squid Game and watched 3 episodes. So here I
They
am.
You know,
the
that's-
algorithm gets you.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I sadly binged through Squid Game pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but I somehow binged through it pretty fast.
That's a show where they know how to leave a cliffhanger.
I had some slow days at work and just kind of was like, I'm working from home. I'm gonna sit here with my laptop and do a little bit of both, and that show worked out pretty well for that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no wonder you dubbed then. And I feel like that's good to hear because that's the kind of attention I'm giving it to. So.
I forgot to mention, speaking of Netflix, there's a documentary series on there called Bad Sport. It just came out, and it's about they're all individual episodes. There's 6 of them. I only watched the first one, and it was about the Arizona State point shaving scandal, which I knew nothing about.
I don't think I've ever heard of
Really?
it. Yeah,
It
that
was
no.
in the 90s. So yeah, that was actually really entertaining.
Bad
Then I
Sport,
turned on
huh?
episode 2, and it was about some NASCAR driver selling pot, and I'm like, oh.
Oh.
So I think I might just stick with the one episode. But that first episode, I really enjoyed.
Is there are there other other things that are like, I'm trying to look at the episode guide here.
Yeah, one of them's about soccer, Italian soccer, and the mafia gets involved
Yeah.
somehow.
Gold War is the other one here. 2002 Winter Olympics. Figure skating judge is pressured to rank Russia over Canada in the Paris competition.
Okay, I do remember
The
that.
Russian judge, yeah.
Yeah.
Horse Hitman is the next one.
Horse Hitman.
Tommy Burns looks back with regret as his disturbing days of killing show horses as part of an insurance fraud scheme.
Interesting.
And then the last one's called Fallen Idol. Cricket captain. Something about this cricket captain. I don't know. But interesting that they went
Right.
with lesser known stories, I
Well,
guess.
that's probably why they lead you in with the basketball
one
Because,
and-
yeah.
Go from there. Yeah. All right.
But yeah, I
Well-
would recommend that to you guys because,
The first one?
yeah,
The
that first one,
yeah.
because it's, you guys are into college basketball, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I might take a look at that, and at least just to see who all they played, and be like, oh, yeah, I know that guy. So, all right, well, we're going to Subway sandwich, whatever we feel like, something new. Don't get the tuna salad; it's not real tuna. And we'll come back at next time we're here. This whole area will be under construction, So the background is going to look different. I don't know what we're going to have. Might be a complete construction zone or disaster, or it could be somewhere else. I don't know. I just
We'll
know
figure it out.
we'll figure it out. So we'll be back when we feel like it. But this has been the Master of Unlocking podcast for this week, and have a good rest of whatever you're doing.